Hello everyone and welcome to my first Dominaria United draft, and the cards are very new now, and even though I have read the spoiler a couple of times, I won't be able to recognize them based on the picture, so I will maybe try to be a little bit quick in this draft section, but I won't be able to cover each and every card visible on the screen. The origin is yep, pretty decent. When you first pick this thing, you can focus on instant and sorceries to give this reasonable amount of power when you get to cast it. The Balmor is also really good for the same archetype. The blue-red archetype, focuses on instant and sorceries. I think I could take either of those things. They are these defenders. The wall deck could be a thing in the format. The Magnigot Sentry is pretty simple card, but I like it's a 4-drop node. It's not even a double caster. 4/4 with reach can be good both defensively and offensively. The commons don't interest me too much in here. There are some decent commons, but the pick is gonna be either the rare or the Balmor. But because this is a single color, you could have like a, let's say, blue-black deck, which still has a very large amount of instant and sorcery. So I'd rather take the mono blue card over the blue-red card. Alright, someone took the rare here. So we have a Pilfer in here. A 2-mana discard a non-land card. Make them discard a non-land card of your choice. An okay card. Yeah, this could be... Okay, so this blue-black can have also some kind of an instant and sorcery spell focus. Definitely interesting pick. After my first pick, I think I'm gonna take it here. There's the other mono blue card. The only mono blue card here is the Illusionist, and this is also something you would want to play in a deck that also has access to green mana. Although with the common cycle of lands, it's a dual lands. It's easy to get random kicker costs, even though you don't feature that in your main color. But you don't want to play a ton of the enter tapped lands unless you really need the mana. So okay, I'll take this one. Like I said, I'm not going to go through each and every card in that pack. I'm pretty sure this Rona was the easy pick here, especially given that it shares the archetype preference with my first pick here. So how about this thing? Well, this is just a good card. Yeah, the opponent gets to draw a card, but it's still card neutral, so you will get the 4-mana 3/2 flash creature, and then the opponent loses something and they get to draw a card. They still lose the tempo, so this is definitely my pick here. Given that I will try to play blue-black now based on my first 2 picks. There's a Bone Splinters, which is okay. You do need to have some kind of sacrifice fodder to make this, very decent, but I think it's still a card you could play in any deck as a one-off easily. Yep, that's very, very easy to pick the Erta in here. Okay. And then we have this pack, which doesn't have anything too amazing blue or black. Oh, but there is a Tolarian Terror, which is definitely going, going to suit well with the, the theme. I can really draft around this instant and sorcery themes because at 4 picks I already have 3 cards that care about them or reward me from having them. So I'm absolutely going to take the Terror in here, and I will start picking some instant and sorceries. I can pick, stuff like Shore Up. It doesn't have to be all removal. Any instant and sorcery will be a valuable pick from this point forward. So that's now 2 black cards and 4 blue cards in these 4 picks. So hopefully hopefully blue-black will stay, sufficiently open there so that I don't have to diverge from this color combination. There is another Tolarian Terror, and I could also take Shore Up or the Battle Rage Blessing. I think I would just prefer the 1-drop over the 2-drop here, although I guess this makes them cheaper to cast. So if I had the Jin out, this would be a 1-mana spell. But regardless, I think I'll still take the creature. I'm pretty sure I will be having no trouble getting cards like Shore Up and Battle Rage Blessing, and I don't really want to play a ton of copies of those. 1 or 2 in the main deck is easily playable, but I don't want to play like 5 of these kind of effects. So I'll take the Terror in here, and I'm really set for this kind of plan. So I'm trying to get a deck that has close to 10 instant and sorceries. Let's see if I can actually make that happen. I do also need some early drops, which this pack offers into different copies. By the way, is Vigilance an ability that blue gets often? I guess blue gets untapping of creatures, so which is kind of similar to vigilance, but I don't recall seeing a lot of mono blue vigilance creatures. So anyway, the choice is between that one, which is a 2/1 vigilance versus a 2/2 with some scries, but then again I will be trying to have a deck that has a bunch of instant and sorceries, so I'm assuming this will be often enough unblockable that it's the better pick. Now I'm not really sure how punishing this format is for 1 toughness creatures. There's no -1/-1 counter mechanics. I don't know how many ping effects there are, but it's something that will be easier to recognize when I have drafted a few times in the format. Alright, so here I could take a counter spell. I don't really like it, but the repossession is something I won't be playing without access to green. It is a raised dead, I guess, or decent tomb, or what's there are many versions of the card, but I don't know. I maybe take the counter spell now. I really want to be able to pay the green for that card to be interesting to run. Oh, there's one card that actually does punish 1 toughness creatures. Yeah, this is a black common. Yep. Anyway, there's a 2. Okay, that's a nice pack. I almost want to take the Pilferer here just because I do want to have a number of instant and sorceries, and this is something you're happy to play early in the game. Also, to get these Tolarian terrors, down earlier enough. I'll take this. I think the Impede Momentum is also an interesting one, although more of a tempo card, I think. How about this 1/4 for 2? This could be interesting. Well, it's going to be more interesting than a 4 mana 2/5. Now this can attack though. This has Defender, but I might just want to have the Defender to block with. Okay, I will pick it now. I think it's gonna be a sideboard. Unless I really don't get more 2-drops, I will start with this thing in my sideboard, but this is something that I could be interestingly... I could easily just sideboard in against some aggressive archetypes. Alright, this Soul Tender, mill 3 cards. Yeah, I don't think I want to... yeah, it has a 5 mana activated ability from the graveyard, which will eventually get you an extra card, but still it is a 3 mana 3/1. The mill 3 is somewhat useful given some of my cards here, but I think I'll just take another copy of Pilfer. Oh, and I would really want to take the Aquifer here. I could take either of these 2-drops too, but I think I will take the fully uncolored dual land now, because I won't be interested in the ones that in any of the other 9 ones. I'm only interested in specifically this blue and black one. I don't plan to splash anything. I think I'll take the 3/2 that can scry 2. Now normally 3 mana 3/2s aren't that great. Okay, I got one of these shore ups, nice. Normally 3 mana 3/2s aren't great, but I have found that scry 2 is definitely not equal to drawing a card, but it is already close to drawing a card, especially late in the game. It kind of, you can just get rid of your useless lands. So I'm willing to play this card. It's not a high pick, but I consider it playable, and if I want to have some creature in the 3-drop slot, I could play an automatic librarian. But I can easily of course cut it. Now here this card isn't that good. I'm not sure how much can you synergize with the blinking ability or flickering, but looking at my cards, I don't think I can get any great value out of it. But I mean, no matter what, I'm gonna take Tribute to Urborg. This is a 2 mana 2/2 -2/2. I mean 2 mana -2/2, and then with 4 mana you can make it even a more impressive removal spell. And I have these 2 colors, so it's gonna be not too hard to kick this thing. Right, so Timeless Lotus. I just don't think I need it. Of course it is a new set, and I'm going to Mythic complete the set, but I might take a Mythic Rare out of a pack if it doesn't have anything too exciting, but there's one of the better commons in the set. This is a 4 mana instant that just destroys a creature or planeswalker, and sometimes if you have to point this at a smaller creature or a cheaper creature, you at least gain 3 life. So this is going to be easily the pick here. Not gonna be the Mythic Rare, which I don't think it's gonna be that great. Some decks might actually want to have this effect, but my deck I don't think is that interested in it. And here I can take an Essence Scatter. This is a 2-color card. I am playing black, but it's not really worth splashing because it is double red. I'm not going to be able to get double red. So there's the Academy Wall. I guess this kind of works with the theme I'm going for here, but I think I'll just take the Essence Scatter. I like it slightly more than the Splatter Goblin because I have 2 of these Tolarian Terrors. I want to be able to, you know, cast these things for cheap. So Essence Scatter is gonna be the better 2-mana card here. Okay, Extinguish the Light number 2, very easy pick here. This is a divination, instant speed divination in this deck that hurts me for 2 life points, but Extinguish. It could be, you know, I could play one of these things, but the Extinguish Light is gonna be the pick here. Also, Knight of Dawn's Light, amazing 2-drop, 2-mana 2/2 first strike, which you know, can pump itself. Really good. The black one is good too. It doesn't have first strike, it has menace, but it has similar kind of a pump effect. Very good stuff. Alright, so it's a best of 3 draft, so Negate is definitely a card worth sideboarding. I mean, drafting for sideboard. The Soul Tender is still not too interesting. I don't plan on splashing, so I don't care about these lands that don't produce both of my colors, so I'll just take Negate for the sideboard. And, alright. Anything good here? Well, there's a Phyrexian Rager. Oh, there's also a Phyrexian Espionage. Wow, this is... I actually want to have both of these, but Rager is just... I mean, basically both are 3 mana, get 2 cards for 1. But this thing transforms the other card into a 2/2 board presence. So, I like the Rager slightly more here. But I would... And of course this has the 5 mana option to... This would work in this deck quite nicely, but I think I'll just take the creature to, you know, survive. So that I can actually have time to cast my Tolarian Terrors and stuff like that. Alright, so combat research. If it's a legend, how many legendary creatures do I have? I see it here better. I have 2, I think. Yep, 2 legendary creatures. You recognize them from this frame. Don't think it's that interesting. I don't think I want to have a Bone Splinters either, or maybe I do. I mean, I'll take this over the Battle Rage Blessing. I'm not sure if I have enough, you know, good sacrifice fodder to actually play this, but I'll see. Alright, how about this thing? Counter any spell. Okay, I can't kick this, so it's definitely not that interesting. Of course I can have creatures on the battlefield, but I think the Essence Scatter is... I could also, by the way, take the Terror. Oh, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take the Terror. I think I'm gonna get, you know, random instant and sorceries. It's gonna be easier than picking these kind of win conditions. Now this is quite a few of these 7 mana cards, but I hope they're gonna be like 3 and 4 mana cards once I'm actually starting to cast them. I can take the Impede Momentum here. How many instant and sorceries I have? That's 10 now. Total of 19 creatures. 19 cards, or 9 of which are creatures. Now, this seems okay. And I have an Impulse, Tidrunner, instant. Okay. Kicked spells, instant and sorceries. I don't know. I mean, kind of could take an Impulse for this deck too. Let's take the 2 mana defensive creature that can add some mana, at least at some of the time. I don't think the Impulse is like super amazing. How about the Wall here? Looting. I guess I'll take it for the sideboard for now. I'm not really sure if I want to play it main deck. Okay, I can take now the Prophecy. Losing 2 life. I can you know, play one of these. It will draw me 2 cards and put an instant on my graveyard for the Tolarian Heroes. Card draw is... I mean, even cantripic spells are good in decks like this. And this is, you know, better than a cantripping spell because it does net you an extra card. I don't have the selection. I will have only 2. This doesn't matter. Of course, it's possible to cast this with only swamps, and then I can only draw... Well, kind of draw only 1 card, so I have to be sure I have both island and swamp available when I'm going to cast that card. Okay, what's this? Very good card. Yep, 3 mana 2/1, which has... No, all of these modes are good. This is a great model spell because you could see... I mean, none of these is exactly always going to be the better. I think the draw a card will be the slightly more likely choice. But you could easily want to have the board presence with the token and then just the tempo advantage with the bounce. So this is a really sweet model spell. And gonna be the pick easily here. There's not really any contention either, so let's just take that. How many 2-drops I have here? Counting the spells, I have some. Of course, something like a Pilfer doesn't add to your board presence. It's something you know can easily play on turn 2, but I think it looks fine. And I see another removal spell, 2-mana removal spell here, which I'm gonna take here. Tribute to Urborg, how do you say it? Alright, so Blight Pile. I want to make this Defender deck work at some point, but well, the format is very young. I hopefully can draft the Defender deck at some point, because this seems like a pretty interesting one. 2-mana 3/3 blocker, and then late in the game you can just win with the ability. Alright, I'll take the Tribute for sure. And another Aquifer. Yeah, I'm gonna take the land here. I don't want to, you know, lose to Mana Screw or Color Screw, so this helps against that. Cult Conscript. So only if a non-skeleton creature died under. Okay, so if I control a non-skeleton, I guess I don't have any skeletons here now. I don't. So you could keep having this coming back, but I'm not sure if I care about the 2/1 creature, even if it can come back. So I don't think I'm going to take that. Oh, I was figuring out between these 2-drops, but there's also an Extinguish the Light, so I think I'm gonna take that. Yeah, all the removal, please. I don't think I will be playing the Bone Splinters. I can cut it already, plus this is now 23 non-land cards, so I have some in the sideboard and some in the main deck. I'm not exactly sure of the final configuration. Of course, there's the entire pack still left here, but I think I'm already good to go. Right, so how many of these terrors I'm gonna run? So currently I have 12 instant or sorceries. This will easily cost 4 or sometimes 3 mana. Of course, very late in the game, even just 1 mana, but this is not great when you don't have access to white. Domain, this is a 3 mana 3/2 mostly. Well, I'm gonna go for it. Just take all the terrors. The Factist has also Ward 2, makes it quite nice because for example, opponent might have something like an Extinguish the Light. It costs 6 mana to get rid of this, and red has a common that 5 mana common that deals 5 damage to a creature. It would cost 7 mana to deal with this kind of a terror. Alright, so this is one of the better commons in the set. 4 mana 3/2, yet yes, it is a double caster, but when it dies, you just net a card with a little bit of a selection too. So that's easily the pick here. I have 2 of these already, so I'm not even feeling that bad about passing one of them. Academy Lawmaster, 2 mana 2/3. Oh yeah, this is the symmetrical effect. So this is the idea of this is, you know, you can build in constructed some kind of a counter spell deck. So you will happily draw extra cards because you don't plan to cast spells on your own turn. It's still a 2 mana 2/3, but the opponent gets the first extra card. I'm not sure I care about it, but I don't think I care about anything else either. So I might just play it. I don't know. It has a stat line that is, you know, worthy for a 2-drop, but then again, it is a double caster, making it harder to cast. I will take I won't be splashing this thing. I would need access to white for that, so I'm gonna take the repossession if I, you know, for some reason want to have it. Either in my main deck or as an option to sideboard in some kind of a grindy match. Alright, so here I have 1 negate in the sideboard. I don't think I'm going to play, you know, more of them. I'll take the Abomination. I'm not sure if I want to play the creature that makes me to lose always 2 life, but I'll pick it there now. Okay, Impede Momentum. I think 1 is enough. 1 mana 0/3. I don't think I care about 2 negates, so I'm gonna take this for the sideboard for the very weird case that I might actually want to have this kind of 1 mana 0/1. Alright, so I'm gonna take the Soul Tender now. Maybe I'll take it now. I do have 4 of these terrors, so milling 3 cards is actually, you know, it's a relevant thing now. It's so much synergy for the effect. Well, here I can take the 2 mana 2/2. I could have taken the Mind Root. I won't be able to have access to red mana. But I'm not sure I want to play 3 mana sorceries that make the opponent discard 2. Okay, so this should be the draft now. Alright, so let's see the sideboard quickly. Don't think I need these in the main deck. but I have still a bunch of cuts to make. By the way, as you saw the auto addition of lands, that I think those were Baldur's Gate lands. This set has its own basic lands. So yeah, it didn't actually put these the automatically added lands. They were Baldur's Gate lands. Well, I'll be sure to use these new basic lands for sure. Okay, but first let's finish the deck. So I have a bunch of cuts to make. Currently I'm having 29 non-lands with 12 instants and sorceries. So I will be playing 17 lands for sure, which means I'm gonna cut 6 cards. So I have only creatures, instant and sorceries. The one artifact I have is a creature as well, yep. So I don't want to cut too many of those instant and sorceries, but so let's start cutting the least impressive creatures I have here. Not sure about the Lawmaster. I really don't like the fact that the opponent can, yeah, and you know, get the first extra card if they want to. And I don't have, but I actually do have 9 instants, so it's somewhat decent. With 9 instants I can easily, not play spells on my own turn, because maybe I can't cast them because they cost 2 extra. And then I can use one of my instants on their turn, but it can still be pretty awkward. And this says at the beginning of each player's draw step. So how that works is that you will get to see what was your draw for the turn. Normally these kind of effects might, say at the beginning of each player's upkeep, but it's now intentionally made so that you don't feel bad about first, drawing an extra card and then getting the extra two tax for your spells. At least you get to see what's your draw for the turn, and then you can decide if you want to tax your further spells. I mean, for your spells, and then draw the extra card. So because in the draw steps, before anything happens, you get to draw your card, and then at the beginning of draw step, effects go to stack after that, after you have drawn the card. Alright, so that could be a card I'm cutting from the main deck, but then again, this is a good opportunity to test the card, and with the number of instants I have, I will test it. After all, it is a 2-mana 2/3, and the double caster won't be even that harsh, because I do have 2 dual lands here. I will be able to play a 10/9 mana base. So I will play it, fine. I won't be playing the Impede Momentum. It is best when you are trying to win quickly with the tempo deck, because 3 stun counters means that the creature will be from the action for quite a long time, but still my deck is more like a grindy deck, and it will, the opponent's creature will come back online at some point, at which point, I have lost a card for no further effect. So I will cut that, and then how many of these 2-drops I want to play? I won't be playing the Toxic Abomination. I think I will sideboard this in if opponent has like a bunch of 3 toughness creatures specifically, because I can trade with the 3 toughness creatures with this thing. But trading this with an opponent's 2/2, still makes you lose 2 life, and you can easily trade with something like a Phyrexian Vivisector in that kind of situation as well. Alright, so definitely keeping the Channeler. How about the counter spell? Well, I don't need the automatic Librarian, that's pretty easily the case. Alright, so now I'm at 15 creatures, 11 instants and sorceries. Well, I can cut. I think I need to cut, because I still need to cut 3 cards. I'm just trying to make the decision that how many creatures do I want to have, because 23 will be the total amount of cards in the deck, not counting the lands. How many of those 23 needs to be instants and sorceries for my theme of the deck to work, and for this quadruple Tolarian terrors to actually, cost, because I'm not happy if they cost 5, I'm happy if they cost 4 or less, which means I need to have 3 instant and sorceries in my graveyard for that to work. So I don't really want to go below 10. I guess I will cut 1 instant and sorcery, and 2 creatures needs to be cut here. So what's it gonna be? Eritize Scorn. I think I will cut one Pilfer here, because these are kind of awkward later in the game when the opponent is top decking. They might not have anything to discard. The Eritize Scorn will always be able to counter even later in the game, so I will cut that. I will keep the Shore Up for a cheap trick, and then... So this adds only blue mana. It doesn't help me cast the black potion of Extinguish the Light, but as long as I have 2 black mana from my lands, this will make it cheaper. I think it has to be one of the 3-drops. I sort of want to play the Area Soul Tender right now though, because yeah, the mill 3 can be interesting with the Tolarian Terror. If my deck has 10 instant and sorceries, well, every 4th card is 1, but still mill 3 can easily hit 1, and that can make just, you know, a terror in my hand. That was first gonna be a 5-drop, it can be a 4-drop after that. So I'm going to play this thing, which means I just have to cut maybe the Vivisector. Okay, fine, the Vivisector goes away. And now the final cut. I will play the golden cards for sure. This is too good to cut. I'm never cutting a Talas Lookout in here. I guess I could even cut a Tolarian Terror, but I will at least keep all 4 of them in the main deck. Alright, it's gonna be tough to cut the last one. It's not going to be easy. I feel like it could be the Tide Turner after all. I mean, my 2-drops are still the Tribute to Ubox. They work as 2-drops most of the time, because these early in the game you can kill opponents' early drops with the -2/-2. So this now means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-drops that, you know, can have some effect on the board state, and then there's the Pilfer which I can cast even though, you know, it doesn't affect the board. At least I can cast it on turn 2 if I don't have any other option. So I guess I'm gonna try with this. This will leave me with 13 creatures, 10 instants and sorceries, most of which are instants. So let's try this deck here. And now the decision is, because I will have 8+7 basic lands here, I will have to decide, do I want to play more blue or more black? I have these 3 Extinguish the Lights and also the Rona, which are double black each of them, but I have also these double blue cards, and the 2-drop 2, the number of cards is more blue than black. So I guess, given all that, I think I will play more blue producing lands. Yeah, this Sepp McKinnon Island is really nice. Let's take these 8 of these, and then this Swamp. I think it's a little bit too white to my taste. I will use this, of course, occasionally, but it's not my favorite out of these. This is nice. Mark Poole, old school magic artist, still illustrating magic cards. Alright, I'm gonna use this combination of lands, and that's the deck, or that's the main deck. This is a best of 3 event, so I have some nice sideboard options. Let's see how much I'm gonna utilize my sideboard. Hey, what happened to Ajani? Oh, I know what happened, but what happened to the avatar? Did they actually change the good guy Ajani avatar into this Phyrexian completed one? I want my happy Ajani back. Okay, I'm on the draw with this hand. I don't currently have mana to cast this because I need another blue for that, but if I draw any land I can play the Rager, and the Pilfer is castable anyway, so I will keep this. And there's the blue mana, so I guess I'll... So let's see, I can actually have this... Yeah, this is fine, because what I can do here is I can leave the Eritize Cone up. So I'm gonna play this thing, assuming, you know, it doesn't get killed or anything. It can also, you know, block this quite nicely. So I can draw the extra card and keep Eritize Cone in my hand, counter whatever spell they might have. They didn't want to draw an extra card because that basically would have meant that they have mana for only a, you know, a 1 mana spell, 1+2, if they want to cast something on their turn. They have a 2/3 there. Okay, So I'm going to net a card myself. I don't have to discard the hand size because I will have a land drop here anyway. Okay, that's another instant. This might actually be, because I have 9 instants in the deck, and this might actually be quite, you know, a good. This rare might be a decent card for my deck now. So I'm gonna take the 3 here. No big deal. I'm at 20. I will counter the spell if they don't cast it. I will play Tribute to Ubok. Right. So yeah. I mean, you can. I guess I'm not sure if my face is blocking that, but you can pause and read it what it does. I do remember what it does, so it's something I definitely didn't want to. I did not want to, you know, face that card. So now I can either play the Pilfer or keep mana up for Tribute to Ubok. I think now that they're tapped out, I might just kill the Scavenger here. No, I guess I'll pilfer them. After all, I wanna see what they're holding. There's a Scatter. Can't Silex. Oh, they can destroy each non-land permanently. Okay, so they have basically a Wrath effect. Don't currently have answer for this thing, so I guess I'll get rid of this. I will play around Essence Scatter. I think I can do that. They will draw an extra card now, I'm pretty sure. Now my question is, am I going to block now? I don't think I'm gonna block now. I will draw an extra card as well. I want to keep hitting my land drops. Yes, don't have to discard to hand size. I could even play the Rager here, but I think I'll just use the Tribute to Urborg. Yeah, but I can actually play this unkicked and then have the Shadow Prophecy still, so that's gonna be decent. I might even consider blocking the Scavenger though. Not sure. This time they didn't choose to draw an extra card. Wall Age. Did they kick it? They didn't kick it. Okay. That thing is a problem. I have a bunch of removal spells for it though. I'm gonna first draw the cards and then decide what to do. Yeah, Extinguish the Light. I need it for that thing. I will need the land too, so let's put both of these in my hand. And I think it's time to actually stop using the Lawmaster. Let's just trade here. And then I can next turn play something. Let's see what I draw. They get to Scry. I guess I could have killed it before they get to Scry, but oh well. They don't have mana up for the Essence Scatter, that's the thing here. Unless they have a land post-combat, which they don't. So this is gonna be a -5/-5 when I kick it, so I think it's not worth killing the 2/2. Alright, so what to do? I can play this for 4 and then this will cost 3, but it's not enough actually. Okay, I'm gonna kill it now that they're tapped out. I don't like to give them the Scries, so maybe I was supposed to use the... Actually, if I used... that was now a mistake, because if I used the Tributer, I could have actually played the Tolarian Terror. Now, I would have had... No, this would have been a 2-mana spell if this was on a graveyard. So end of their turn, kill this thing. Yeah, that was probably the correct call, but oh well. So they will have the essence scatter here now. They get the Sheldred's restoration back. Okay. So I will in fact need to kick this thing, but it's not going to be lethal yet. They also have the essence scatter there. Okay, so something gets countered here. It's gonna be the Fire Action Rager, right? Or maybe the Sheldred. I can cast these from a graveyard actually. So let's them. Yeah, I'm gonna cast these assuming it gets countered, and then I will play the Rager, and I'm gonna jump block the Wall Leech. Get the card, jump block. Yeah, this is gonna be a little bit difficult, especially if they do draw a removal spell. That means. Wait a minute, did they have a? This doesn't enter. Oh, it does enter tapped. Yeah. Okay. So either I will do that, or because they can actually exile 3 mana. Yeah, this is a 4-drop. All right. So now I have to decide. Am I gonna go to 2? It's a little tough. Am I gonna go to 2 here? Guess I am. Get their last point of scry. Okay, another Extinguish the Light. That is really important now. Right, so let's play the land. I guess I have this thing, so I have by discarding 2 cards in addition to paying each other cost. So I'm gonna at some point keep lands to recast the Rona, but I don't think that moment is quite yet happening. So I'm going to play this. I'm gonna try to kill it right away. I wanna make sure that this actually works. It does work, and then I will play Tolarian Terrors. I could play 2 of them actually. Then they would play this, and then it enters tapped. They have to use 7 mana for it because these are 7 mana cards. I like that. Then I have more gas for other stuff. For example, the 5/4 flyer. So they can play this Silex. Costs 3 mana. It enters tapped. I will attack them down to 6, and then they have to use the Silex, tapping out for it. Okay, well they get to get rid of 1 of my cards. It's not even, that nasty. Oh, this actually counters also activated abilities. I didn't even realize it's not only spells, so I can actually counter the. So they got rid of the Djinn, so they don't have a hand now. So I'm just gonna counter the activated ability from the Silex. Yep, that's exactly what's gonna happen. They get to draw a card, but they will have to use 7 mana for this thing. They didn't read the Earthside Resurrected either. So let's make sure. It enters the battlefield. Counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. Sure. Let's do exactly that. They have a card, and I have a victory. Alright, so that was good showing of this Academy Lawmaster's power, because when you have this many instants and you happen to draw them, it's actually quite a decent way to draw extra cards without having the drawback there. So it's a blue-black mirror. They have these big creatures, but I have a bunch of removal in the deck. I don't think it's reason enough to play a Bone Splinters. Anything here that's unnecessary. I like pretty much everything here. So let's see if there's something in the sideboard that's absolutely fantastic. Something like a Pilfer could be interesting, but I like to shore up if they have a bunch of removal, which I didn't see actually. So yeah, shore up is worse than Pilfer, I think. Let's have 2 of those pilfers. They have a bunch of blue and black, colors. They usually have a bunch of spells you might want to take away with the pilfer. Other than that, maybe even negate could be interesting, but I think I won't be making any other changes for now. Okay, that's a decent hand. Let's see, if they don't play a 2-drop, I'm going to leave mana up for a counter spell, I think. On the other hand, Pilfer is more useful now, and the SS Scatter can be countering something expensive later on. So they have this 3-2, they have Brights, they have a Soaring Drake. So they are gonna have a 3-drop no matter what, so I guess I'll get rid of this. So they may sack something and then I have to sack the same type of thing, or I lose 2 life and they get to draw a card. Yeah, sure. So they can make something indestructible. Now I will be... Oh, I don't have the double blue for this thing, so let's just hope they play something into Essence Scatter now. Okay, so they are maybe having something themselves. They could have an... I mean, they didn't play the Scavenger, maybe they were playing around an Essence Scatter. Well, because I have 2 of these instant speed removal spells, I can just let this go, and I take the 2, I counter a creature spell. If they don't have one, then I will just extinguish the light. I get to even gain 3 life here. Yeah, that was gonna happen at some point anyway, so I don't get the life. And now... it's tempting to... This will be 4 mana cards very soon. I guess I'll just let this happen. They didn't play this. I think they might have an SS Scatter. I don't want to get this Jin to get caught by... Let's just do the same thing. Okay, now I get to scatter that thing. It's pretty obvious they are having an SS Scatter there because they're leaving. Okay, well, maybe not. So this thing says draw a card, then discard. So loot. If they loot an instant or sorcery, drain point of life. Sacrifice this thing. You may cast an instant or sorcery from your graveyard. Alright, so they get to cast this thing again. Heretize Scorn. Well, it's gonna be a blue-blue spell. I think I'm just gonna play one of my 5/5s now. I have a lot of them now. And yes, I know this will be cheaper later on, but if I play the Jin, there's nothing else to cast on the same turn. Okay, they played a land instead of looting with this thing. They could have looted the land away. Okay, that is scary. And they actually chose not to attack with the flyer. Well, I have a counter spell and an instant speed removal spell, so I'm definitely just going to attack and see what happens. Are they gonna, they can cast the Death Touch indestructible thing, but I get that, I'll just, yeah. No, they loot first, of course, because they can loot and then activate the ability. So, okay, they don't have any plans to do anything, so I'll just, guess I'll this time play the Jin. I have the 1/5/5 here already. The Jin also makes these things cheaper, so let's play the double blue spell now. So if I get to untap with the Jin alive, I will have both the Heretize Cone and the Extinguish the Light up. Cast Silence. Well, that solves it. Pilfer. So everything will die here. I guess I get to pilfer them if they have a non-land in hand. They did discard a creature, so I'm assuming they have a non-land spell in their hand, so let's do this. Okay, this thing draws cards. Well, I'm happy they don't get to do that. So now, of course, because this will happen, I won't be playing any other creatures. They will have to pay 7 mana for this thing. It's activated only as a sorcery, by the way. I didn't realize that one either, so... this is good for them, but I'm still in a very decent shape because I can just play, you know... Especially if I draw an untapped land, I can play 2 of these guys. So... yeah, these terrors, these are quite nice. Quite like the archetype now. They're gonna mill 3 and then they can... let's see if there's anything relevant here. They have the same red as mine. Alright, so this is very easy. I'll just... no point killing it because it would still be a lethal attack. I let them jump and then the activation is 5 mana. I have a counter spell here. I'm good, I think. I guess I could have played the land, then I can play both, but I don't see needing to both counter spell something and using the extinguish on their turn. It's quite unlikely that they would have 2 relevant spells here now. Because I'm not going to counter, you know, a random small creature that can't trade with the terror. That they can do, and then I can counter that. Actually, I should have killed it because, well, these things have ward, so I guess it wasn't really. But I think I should have killed that thing and then leave mana up for the counter spell because I had a lethal attack, so I can stop any spell they might have. But then again, what spell can they have when these have ward too? I guess if there was a flash 1 mana card that could jump block. But yeah, still, I think it was better to let this resolve than use the extinguish the light. Okay, 2 mana discard spell, a Fire Action Rager on the play. Totally fine. Another blue deck. Blue-green this time. So they have this wood, 2 Endless, Impulse. Micromancer gets exactly a 1 mana spell. Soaring Drake, Espionage. Okay, this Strider is pretty annoying. I think that's the one. They don't have more than... I mean, I guess I could take the Impulse and hope they don't draw a land, but then if they do draw a land, they can play this at some point anyway. So I think the better idea is just to get rid of this annoying card. Because this game, I mean, the Fire Action Rager isn't gonna win any kind of a... do any kind of a quick victory here, so they eventually will get to the point when they can cast this, and I'd rather them not have it in their hand. I don't care about these other cards too much. Depends, of course, slightly on what is the 1 mana thing they can get with this, but I hope it's nothing too crazy. Okay, I get to actually curve out with the Rona now as well. So this 2/2 can, you know, attack into the tortoise. Which I think I will be doing. I mean, they're gonna attack with 3, but do I? Okay, SS Scatter. That is interesting, actually. I could be. They might also play the Espionage on the next turn. That would be annoying. So I think it's better just to play the Rona here. Oh, the Rona is a 3/4, not a 3/3. Okay, well then it's simple. I somehow thought it's a 3/3. I couldn't block the tortoise, but of course now I can pretend to block it, so now this is a simple attack. So they lose 1 life each time I cast an instant or sorcery spell. They have 4/4 weapons. Well, I mean, if I knew they have exactly that card in there, I would have definitely kept up the Essence Scatter there now. Because I was hoping they play something like a Soaring Drake or the Micromancer, allowing me to still attack with the Rona. Well, anyway, it's not happening now, so let's not attack at all. Let's counter the next spell. And then Tolarian Terror, I can cast it regardless. Even if they don't cast anything I can counter, I will have the 6th land for this thing on the next turn. It will sadly only trade with the Sentry maybe, but I guess it's fine. They might play the draw 2 now, which I cannot as a scatter. Okay, no, I'm gonna pretty much counter anything they might have there. They get priority here. Is there a 1 mana green spell? They could attack for 7, but well, actually not. Fire Action Rager is just gonna block it. So now, if they didn't have the priority to stop there, I would happily trade with the Sentry, but now I'm taking the 4 here. It seems like they have a trick of some kind. I don't recall what are the options here, but I'll just don't take the risk now. I mean, it's possible they are playing with, you know, full control or something like that. I guess I'll see now if they're blocked. Okay, so they boldly don't care about my open mana. Now this thing has ward too, but so it's gas might. Alright. Now there's no gas might, which would have been. I can cast. I think I still play a land, but I won't be playing all the lands. I want to be able to cast this again, but now I still want to have access to 6 mana. Yes. Maybe the next land I will draw, I will keep in my hand, and I can then recast this at some point. Micromancer. Well, at least I will get to see if it's like another Gaia's Might, which they're gonna get with it. I have, of course, more of these Tolaria terrors, so trading with the Sentry here would be the worst thing in the world. But let's see if they have more Gaia's Might. I mean, if this is just a 2 color deck, this is just a +2/+2, but well, currently it's enough. Of course, I can have one of my instant speed, you know, 3 of them. Oh, they are raising me. That's a +2/+2, so they can't. Yeah, I'm taking the 4 here. So there's no good block for them. Okay, and there's the Extinguish the Light as well. Well, that makes things interesting. So even if I can't play the land, I can't cast them both, so I'll just do this. And because now my double terror attack will be lethal, so they can't take at least both of them. And now I have a very decent response to their Gaia's Might. So if they attack with any kind of any group of cards, I will definitely not block. I mean, I will block the Tortoise with the Creature, but I'm not going to block the 4/4. I will block the 3/3 though. If they use both the Micromancer and the Gaia's Might to get rid of one of my terrors, that's totally fine for me. This is ward 2, so I need 6 mana to kill one of them with this, which I can do. Okay, they go for the defensive. And there's a tribute to Urborg. So yeah, I can't kick this and play this, but I can play this and play this unkicked. And even if I have to pay ward 2, so the 7th land isn't doing anything, I'm not playing that. I will attack with both the terrors though, because of course I know what they have in their hand. All they have is the Gaia's Might there, so this is gonna be a good attack for me. So they're gonna just well, that's totally fine for me, and then I will kill the 4/4 here and I let this happen. I guess I have to let this happen because I can't. If I pay the ward 2, then I can't cast the Extinguish the Light. So this is fine for me. They will be left with the 2/2, which I can eventually kill. They do have a draw 2 though, which allows them to, you know, refill a bit, but I don't think I'm too worried about that. I can recast the Rona once I draw an extra land. Of course I can discard any card, but I'm not really discarding these removal spells. That's just not going to happen. wonder if I should use the one that allows me to gain 3 life here. This will be a -5/-5 anyway when kicked. I think I'm gonna do that. Are they gonna have a negate here? Just an impulse. Well, they will have 3 cards still, and the one they're getting with impulse is gonna have to be at least a good one. So... okay, well, I can have more removal. I'm not going to discard one of these removal spells just to play the Runa here. I will get a land at some point. That's only the 4/4. That's not really that impressive. I mean, this is good when you have at least, you know, 3 different land types. Alright, so I'm going to kill the... I guess giving it -5/-5 makes sense. Alright, so this is probably just drawing me a card. I could bounce that thing. I could bounce that thing attacking them the 6. But I will draw a card. Tempting Scorn here. Now I could play the land and kill this attack for 2. Also then the 2/1 is going to be, you know, something. This is going to hold down the channeler quite nicely. But I'd rather have the Scorn in here, countering whatever spell they might have. And I don't want to play a land because that allows me to... I mean, I would have to wait more until I get to cast this. Yeah, that's... yeah. I'm happy I kept the counter spell here. Okay, so this time I think it's interesting. I guess I'll just do this first. Oh, there's a Jin. Killing this is interesting, but I don't want to play my lands because I want to cast this thing, so I'm gonna just play the Jin now. And I guess I could have attacked with both. They kill these 2, 1 take 2, but don't think I want to do that. Oh, they don't have anything. The Snare Spinner of course gets +2/+0 when it blocks a flyer, but still a 3/3 versus a 6/4 isn't gonna be enough. Okay, so they have a Mossbird Ancient. They have this, but only as a 4/4. I guess they have a way to get at least black mana, although the Divination is okay. I mean, if you can't kick this in with any method, I guess it's a playable card still. But on this, a 5 mana 4/4 is not what you want to do. You would want to have access to other basic land types than just 2. So what did I learn from this? I think I learned that they don't have a lot of ways for, you know, to make my shore up very interesting. I didn't see anything that they can use to target my creatures, maybe other than the Strider, which can tap and lock down. So I'm going to again cut the shore up and probably will be using something like another Pilfer if they have those gas mites. They have at least 2, I know now, so I want to know. Oh, negate also works, but then again, there's Impulse, gas mite, there's the sorcery card draw spell, impulse, maybe not really worth negating. I can, you know, make them discard this threefold for instance, using the Pilfer. So that's the same kind of sideboarding I did in the previous match. Okay, again, yeah, it's good enough. I have the tribute to Ubok, which I can use, and this will mill some cards to make the terror hopefully a bit cheaper, and when I draw a land, which I did right away, I can actually cast this. Okay, there's a pilfer. Let's use that. See what they have. Gas Might, the 4/4, draw 2, Gas Might. Alright, so guess I can kill the 4/4, so I'm gonna actually make them, you know, I mean, they have to draw something. They don't have a play for the next turn. I will not allow them to draw 2 cards, so I can deal with the 4/4 in many ways. Okay, and that was a good draw. Good draw, hopefully we can get the 4th land drop right now. Not yet. There is the 4/4, and that's a -3/-3, and I don't even have the mana to kick it. It requires 4 for that. Let's play this thing, and I might just double. Well, actually not. Let's see, what did I get milled? Land. There was an SS Scatter, right? Yep. So now I have 2 instant and sorceries. Okay, so they have +2/+2, so double blocking is actually not that great. So I won't be double blocking. I will just take the 4. Because they would get rid of, with this 1 Gas Might, they would get rid of both of these and they would still have the sentry alive. I need to draw a land. Otherwise things might be a little bit awkward. Okay, so let's do it, I guess. I'm tempted to play the Jinn because then this can be cast unkicked with 1 mana, so I could like block this with many guys. They give it +2/+2, but they have the option to give it +4/+4, and actually now it's a +3/+3, so yep, scratch all that. Scratch all that. I will just not play anything right now. I will play on their turn, hoping they don't have stuff like negate. That's it. Both 2 for 1. And more lands, and now my terrors are castable too. So they have 3 different land taps, so this is +3/+3. I can still block with the terror. Okay, so I'm gonna actually start the race now. I play the land. No, despite having this, I will need more than 4 lands. I'm not going to cast this anytime soon. Impulse, alright. I could also take 3 here, because I mean I'm actually attacking back for 10 here, but I don't want to lose to multiple Gas Mights. That's still just 3 land types. So island, forest, swamp. Sure. I can take the 2 for 1 again. Alright. Well, I'm not running out of removal. Should it be the flyer with 3 power or the terror, which will get cheaper though? I guess I'll play the flyer for now. Suppose I was I think I was supposed to tap all blue, all islands there because I could cast both of these. But yeah, this is gonna give them what 3/3/3s. Yeah, that doesn't actually do much. The flyer is gonna be killed. I get to actually kill 2 of the 3/3s. This can just attack into a 3/3. Yep, and this thing bounces. No, this doesn't bounce. This destroys a creature. Well, I mean, it's even better. Right. Well, anyway, that was it. Okay, so far so good. Well, this is not a great hand. I have to mulligan this. I have basically no plays. I would have to be lucky to draw some specific castables. This is much better. Opponent also did mulligan. I will get rid of one of the swamps here. And no problem. Do I wanna kill that 2-drop? I will play the tap land for now, because if they have a 2-drop, I probably just, you know, trade with this thing. What do I mean here? Non-land, non-land, non-land. Oh, of course. Of course, 3 cards I wanted to draw. And now I'm back to drawing lands. That would be classic. Well, at least that didn't happen. So, well, I guess I'll just hold back. Hold back for now. I will trade with any of that stuff. Sure. I mean, they're actually missing out on some damage when they didn't want to attack with this thing. I guess that's the reason is that they might have more of these phalanxes. Yep, that's actually legit. Anyway, let's draw some cards. Well, lands. And okay, that's not a land. That is interesting now. What I'm supposed to do here is I wouldn't want to tap out when I have all this stuff in here. But then again, I'm taking 4 here. I suppose I can just kill it now, actually. By kicking this thing. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. So now the terror will be only a 4-mana card. I can cast it and still have the shore up here. Bounce that thing. Draw a card. I guess I could shore it up. I can take 4, but they will get to draw a card. This being a 4/2 doesn't actually matter at all. But I guess I deny them the card draw, so let's just give it hexproof. And now they're gonna definitely attack into it. Although I might not block. Okay, that's okay, whatever. Let's block them. Because they left this thing to block, I couldn't really attack back that efficiently. So let's play this. They don't have more removal. At least they have to pay 2 extra mana to get rid of this guy. And I can use this, return another target creature card. Okay, so they can give this, you know, Death Touch. I'm pretty sure that has to be the indestructible Death Touch thing. Yeah, I'm not going to trade with that card. I mean, there are probably other options too, but that's... They get 1/1... that's... And I drew another land here. Oh, jeez. I can return airtime, but it's going to cost a lot of mana. Well, I'm definitely losing this race. Oh. any white permanent spell they cast gives them a 1/1 token. Well, that's not a white permanent spell. I wish I had one of my extinguish the lights here, because they are, I think they are having, okay, they have a bone splinter something. Well, sure. And they shouldn't pay this first ward cost, that's from the triggered ability of the thing. Yeah, they didn't mess up there. Now they should pay this ward cost, because this affects the bone splinters. So am I gonna get back the Ertai, or am I gonna get back the Tolaria Terror? I think it has to be the Terror, because Terror can still block this thing. This can kill it, but they get to draw a card. Yeah, I need to just do it like this. It's also very cheap. Oh, come on, I just draw so many lands. Actually, I should stop playing this, because I still have the one card in the deck that allows me to cast it from the graveyard by discarding 2. Alright, so now this is pretty obvious that they're gonna make this indestructible now. Yep. But there's nothing I can do, because I have no cards in my hand. So hopefully this will be enough then. I mean, they're at 5 lands, I'm at I guess 10 lands, so that's a big difference. Easy to not run out of gas in that situation. Okay, do they play multiple of these things? Just chose to raid, so I don't know what would have happened if I blocked this. Maybe they just wanted to push through the damage. That's possible. But now I can't draw anything other than non-lands. And that's it. I'm already losing here. I guess it's 6, but they can sack this for +2. They might not do it, but I'm still not beating them with the 3 basic lands when they still have all this stuff left. Even if they play safely and attack for only 6 there. Okay, so I don't think anything changed too much, but I saw the Geyser and I saw the Bone Splinters, so maybe that's enough of a reason to keep the shore up. Although Pilfer is gonna be decent anyway. Okay, fine. Let's use the Pilfer again. Negate. No. I like all the cards in the deck actually enough that it is hard to cut them. I know I have something like a Haunting Figment, which might not be the best, but even this can be an unblockable attacker. I haven't drawn this. I haven't drawn it at all in this entire event actually. So I haven't really been able to test it in practice. Okay, that's a decent one. They have to mulligan, but they do have 3 colors. Okay, they mulligan to 5. I'm not sure what. Yeah, so they have the blue bounce spell. They have black and white, and then they splash for blue at least. But now they did mulligan to 5. So they need some good stuff. I can curve out here very nicely now. I guess with these 2-1s I should maybe consider not having my own 2-1, because this is gonna kill it for free. You know, the Vigilance 2-1 that can be unblockable if I cast this instant sorcery. Okay, so I have a couple of these terrors. Should be pretty good. Do they have a Bone Splinters? Other people are also allowed to have that one. Okay, Law Mage. Law Master, I mean. Do I want to attack? I'm going to cast the Law Master. I'm just not sure if I want to attack with the Rager. If they kill this thing, I go down to 11. I can still have 11. I want to push some damage here. I don't have a castable spell right now, but next turn... Let's see if they wanna draw an extra card. Okay, they do want to draw an extra card. So now their spells cost 2 mana more. They're gonna play a 2 or 1 mana spell, or they could have... So this dies. Trade with this thing. Okay, no blocks. They could have left an instant too. Yeah, I will draw an additional card. Thank you very much. And then I can... I could even play the Djinn here. It's a 0-4 though. I'm going to attack with this thing. Because I will probably just kill this thing. Okay, there's that. Well, no. Let's see if they attack with how many guys? Just that one. So I'm not killing that thing, I'm killing the phalanx there. No blocks. Pass. So a land gives me 7 mana. Yeah, I can draw another card here. I can play the Djinn here. I don't mind trading this thing. I'm just figuring out if I want to. Well, let's do it like this. Okay, that's fine. I don't need the Loadmaster anymore, I can start casting my Tolaria terrors. They are still 6 drops because I funnily have drawn but 16 cards and only one of my instant or sorceries, which I have what 10 in the deck, has showed up in the top 16, so almost 50%. Geyser gets... No, that's fine, I'm still at a healthy life total, I can't really block this one. I will try to trade here. They didn't pump this, so they have a 2-drop here, or they have a land and a 3-drop. Okay, they have both of these. Nice, that's a really good one. So, I don't think I can double spell even if I play a land. I don't necessarily want to play lands because I do have the Rona in here. So, although I might be able to double spell, I will be able to double spell on the next turn. So maybe I'll just forget about the Rona for now. I will play the Terror, and next turn I can drop the land, and I can play Terror and then Haughty Djinn. Haughty. This has many, so I can't actually block that. They can pump this thing twice, sure. I will make them use whatever trick they have. Death Touch on the first striker is really good, so they can just play that trick there. They have a tribute to Urbo. Yeah, that is gonna be exactly enough. But at least I do only that much damage here. Okay, there is the Figment. So actually, I can now play the Figment. At this costing 6 when I have drawn 80 cards. Yeah, having only one instant sorcery now is really lame, because this would be a lot better if they cost like 3 or 4, which they easily could with a balanced draw. Alright, so I can play the land and play the Djinn, but I guess I'll just say keep the land in my hand thanks to the Rona being here. I can now double block the Menace creature. They can make it into a 5-5, but they can't make it into a 6-6, so they can't kill both of these. They don't have more than... Okay, so they still have... Let's see. They have only 2 white mana, so this can be at most a 4-4. So I could just block that. Okay, I will do like this. They can make this into a 5-5 though, so I'm gonna go to 2 in that case. If they just let this Knight of Dawn's Light go away. These are so good uncommons. The pump ability really makes them go over the top. Okay, it's just they can kill this somehow, deal 3. It still has ward 2. Okay, just that. Okay, so I'm happy that they just let this guy die. Alright, so I drew a land, which means I can now cast this and the Djinn actually. No attacks. This has vigilance, but I didn't cast the instant or sorcery, so no attack there. Yeah, I mean, I'm drawing the... So it will be now exactly 50% of cards drawn and only 1 out of my 10 instant or sorceries unless the next one is an instant or sorcery. So on average I should have drawn 5 of them by this time. Okay, at least that I got a good one here. So I can cast this... No, I cannot. I mean, even if I cast this first. That leaves me... No, actually that is because it's a cheaper card thanks to the Djinn here. So that means... Yeah, that means I'm gonna just do it like this then. Kill the 6-6 because I can't attack past that guy. This has now... Yeah, I like the vigilance here, that's really nice. The vigilance kind of makes it because now it's a free 2 damage. And now I can cast this thing post-combat. The opponent doesn't have to know about it though. So this... do I want to attack 2 in the air? It's a decent blocker. This has a many... I mean, this is a lethal guy. I can't... This is lethal too. Actually, this is lethal if they enlist it. So let's see. This has to be blocked with 2. This has to be just blocked. So I need 3 blockers for that. And then if these guys attack, I take 3. I can survive that. So I need... This will be 1, 2... I will have 4 blockers. Yeah, I mean, there's no point taking 2 big risks here now. I'm gonna do it like this. I want to have 4 blockers. Because I wasn't gonna be able to threaten lethal. If I attack with everything, they can just jump block the circuit or something like that. Oh, sorry, Rona. And they weren't really... They weren't gonna die. Okay, they just attack with this. Now this has an activated ability. It's +2/+1 when they sack creatures. Okay, so it can be a 5, 4, 6, so 7, 5, 9, 6. If I just put 1 terror in there, they can sack 1 and then that's it. I like the terrors because they are lethal now. If I put the Figment and this thing, they would have to sack 2 to make this survive. Okay, they actually... Did I have a... I mean, what the... I guess... So let's see... they have 1 card in their hand, so I didn't have perfect information available. But let's say if I do the simple thing and I just jump block with the Figment and attack with everything. They have to block both terrors. This deals 2, so they have to block this Rona too, otherwise it would be lethal. So they need to block, you know, 3 of my guys, but then I have no blockers myself, and they will survive that block. So they can jump block, jump block. I jump this, they don't have to sack this 1/1. They jump, 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 and it's not even a jump block because they can pump it. So actually, this wasn't an easy block for me, and I don't understand why did they concede there, because I wasn't going to have an automatic win thanks to me being at such a low life total that my attack wasn't just an attack with everything and win the game. That definitely wasn't the case. I needed to do something, some thinking there. So I was thinking about blocking with just the terror, or maybe block with both the Rona and the terror, because they would have to sack 3 guys to kill, you know, both of them. So I think I might have ended up just blocking with the terror. They sack the 1-1, this becomes a 5-4, and then this trade, and then I just hope I draw something good. Well, anyway, I don't have to figure that out now. So did I see anything that makes my shore up better? Are they actually just splashing these guys? Maybe they are. Extinguish, tribute. Yeah, maybe I will have to shore up, because I won't be playing this 2-1 now, because they have the -1/-1 thing there. I guess. Do I want to play the 2-3? Should I play this thing? Maybe I'll still play with the Lawmaster. Okay, this is the deck. So it's the final game in the event. It's the final match, and the match is at 1-1, so this next game will be the last one. Let's see if I can make a 3 winner out of my first draft, or will it be just 2-1? They are going first. They have the mulligan again. I will keep this because I have the tribute, and then I have this, and these already make these into 5 mana creatures. Okay, let's I guess this does make the terrors cheaper at least. So I'm going to kill it right away before they get to untap. I don't want to start taking damage from this guy because... And they do have the knights, but I think they would have played the knights if they had them available, which is, you know, a good target for the tribute. But I'm going to lose 2 life anyway, so I'd rather, you know, not take any extra damage here at all. Oh, I haven't seen the lookout either, but now I do see it. That's really sweet. Okay, so maybe I just do that. Although I do have the shore up here, so I might just play the channeler here. And just draw a card. And I can block the goblin, no big deal. Why not save it? Also, to get this thing in my graveyard so my terrors are not castable. Oh, they have the Archangel of Wrath. Flying lifelink. Really annoying stuff. I'm happy I have a way to deal with it. So am I going to play this or this? -5/-5 will kill. This will be even bigger, so it's better to leave the tribute to my hand. Kill this thing right now before they get to untap. Because this can be still used for 2 mana, and for 4 mana it can actually kill the indestructibles if they have those tricks available. Now, I mean, I have 2 of these. I can pay them from... I mean, these terrors, when they cost 3 mana, it's just unfair. I'm definitely impressed by this card. Now they can pay 5 to bounce and draw a card and gain 3 life, no big deal. And they don't even want to continue because they know I'm gonna recast it. I can play the 3. Actually, I could even play this Soul Tender first. Maybe this is even cheaper and all that, but yep. Tolaria Terror. I had 4 of them in the deck, and I definitely, I think it was the correct choice to play all of them. I did actually have a lot of more like super expensive cards in here, as you can see. These were the high. I didn't have anything that costs 5, for instance. Everything else was castable at less than 5 mana, and these quite often were just, you know, 3 mana spells, 4 mana spells. So. And it was 10 instants and sorceries combined. I think when you have like multiple of these, 10 is kind of the spot that you don't want to go much, you know, below that. Because if you have just 5 of them, the terror is too often gonna be like a 5 mana or a 6 mana card. It's just not good in that case. Alright, not much else to say about these cards. Maybe once I got to use this, the fact it has vigilance is, I like it. Assuming you have a bunch of instants and sorceries in your deck, I think this is a decent 2-drop in this kind of a deck. And well, what else? Yeah, I don't think Extinguish the Light is the kind of card you should be easily getting 3 copies of. It is a good one. It is just a 1-for-1, but the fact it's an instant and you sometimes get to gain the 3 life if you want to. That's really good upsides there. Yep, blue-black instants and sorceries. That was the deck this time, and I will see you in... I don't know, I might have a little more frequent video uploads, not daily videos, but I might have like 1 video every other day coming up on my channel, at least for the first couple of weeks of Dominaria United. I will be drafting this set a lot, of course, but it will be faster to draft without recording, so I have kind of toned down the recording a bit, but maybe I will try to have a bit more frequent than once in 3 days uploads for the first couple of weeks of Dominaria. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.